Arguments in the impeachment trial are over. Finally, now senators will decide whether to call witnesses or not. That vote is scheduled for Friday. The coronavirus is spreading fast, and so is fear. 132 people have died and 6,000 cases have been reported in China, mostly surpassing the SARS epidemic. The race to develop a new vaccine is on. And on today's special edition of Why You Should Care, I interviewed House Majority Whip Jim Clyburn on the impeachment trial and the big infrastructure package coming out of Speaker Pelosi's office today. Jim Clyburn is the number 3 Democrat in the House. What he thinks matters, that's why you should care. Democratic Whip Jim Clyburn, thank you for joining us on Hill TV.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so first of all, this is the first time I've gotten a chance to see you since your wife passed away, so I'm going to give you condolences.
Well, thank you.
I understand that she got honored recently at South Carolina State.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How did that feel?
Well, alma mater decided that because of her philanthropy, Emily was really gung-ho about helping young people be successful in school and staying in school. And she just started raising money and pushing me to raise money to develop scholarships and stuff. And so several years ago, they decided to reestablish the Honors College at South Carolina State, and she gave them the money to restart it. And so when she passed away, they named the Honors College in her honor. And then she moved just before her death. We moved all of our endowment at South Carolina State to the Honors College. So it's going to carry her name henceforth and forevermore.
That's great. People think a lot about you and all the work you've done. It's got to be special to have her be honored also.
Yeah, I took a lot of credit for some stuff she did.
I know today you just came from a press conference on infrastructure. What's the House planning on infrastructure that we should know about?
We're planning a big, massive infrastructure bill. You may recall several months ago, we met with the president. It was a pretty successful meeting. We were talking about a $1 trillion infrastructure program. He sent us a $200 billion infrastructure program, which he himself said was not good enough. So we went back for a second meeting. Of course, that meeting didn't go so well. But it was in that first meeting that he talked about expanding that to a $2 trillion program. Now, we have not put forth that bigger bill. What we are proposing is that we start a significant investment, not just in roads and bridges, but in water and sewage and school construction, broadband deployment, doing the things that are necessary to make not just efficiency in a system, but effectiveness in a system. No matter how many schools you build, those schools are not going to be effective unless the students are connected to the rest of the world. And that can only be done with broadband deployment. Same thing with healthcare. Hospitals, rural hospitals are closing all over. We want these rural hospitals to stay open and stay viable. The only way you can do that, broadband deployment. So we have a comprehensive plan to build out broadband 100% in this country, get rid of what I call digital deserts, and make broadband deployment secondary to almost every community in the country.
Do you all expect the Senate will be a partner in this, or do you think they're going to behave the way they have been and not take out too many of these bills?
At some point in time, I think the Senate is going to wake up and begin to do its work. We can't wait for them to wake up. Hopefully we can nudge them and awaken them a little bit.
All right, so this week we know the last couple of weeks in Washington have been consumed by this impeachment fight. How do you think that the impeachment debate is going?
Well, I think it's going pretty fancifully, if I might say. This thing is having all kinds of twists and turns. I think that people were looking forward to just getting this over and done with. We all think that there's been a preordained conclusion to it. But all of a sudden now, things are beginning to come out that no one expected to come out, though I still believe that the conclusion is pretty much cut and dry. It's been baked in, fixed. I just think that's what it's going to be.
And imagine, are you pleased with how the House managers handled their role?
Extremely so. The House managers, I think, did yeoman work. All 7 of them are just absolutely fantastic.
And what about do you think it's a distraction at all from the presidential campaign, having an impeachment debate?
Well, yes. Quite frankly, to have 3 or 4 of the candidates, 2 that are pretty, well, 3 of them pretty viable, and then having 1 other who is pretty active. There are 4 senators that had to suspend their campaign and to come back here to sit as jurors. So that's a distraction for them, if not for the country.
Thanks for watching Hill TV on YouTube. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we post new videos. And head to thehill.com for all the latest political news.